Hello and welcome back. Just wanted to talk a little bit about some of the ideas for this channel. This is a newer channel. This is the second video so far that I've created. I do have other channels. I have a channel that is my main channel, which I have content or videos that I spend more time. A lot of them are mini documentaries, shorts. It's kind of random content, and I wanted a channel where I could just have a space to practice making content without fear of it not being, I guess, just kind of experimenting with different content and putting the reps in. I like the idea of, I've heard that your first 100 videos or maybe 200 or more are really, no one's going to see them. They're going to be terrible. So I think it's good to just get comfortable with public speaking or speaking in front of a camera. Really for me, I've just been doing this kind of for myself. I don't have any expectations. I think YouTube can be very powerful for improving your public speaking. It could be therapeutic. It also can just be fun to create things and learn how to make a little movie, edit things. It's also good for, in my particular case, I have a channel where I just write. I work in software, so I have a channel where I'll describe code, I'll work through different problems or present things. That helps me just preserve interest in my field and not get burned out. It just kind of keeps things exciting. So it can be useful for that. It can be for fun. Also, it can be very powerful for marketing. If you have a product you want to market, there's a lot of products or applications I've found or websites that I've found them simply by finding the YouTube channel. I've found applications that will analyze stocks, or maybe a health app, or clearly also if you see different people creating content and they might recommend a certain website for clothes or for whatever, travel products, electronics. So really useful for that. And the other thing I think, I was losing my train of thought here, but I knew that this video would be kind of random. I didn't really plan a topic, and I did want to talk a little about the plans. Probably the title for this video will be plans for this channel, or why I created this channel. And again, it's just sort of like a practice. It's a place to practice videos, and maybe I'll take them down, or it's really just to learn without the fear of wanting to have something that's well crafted. Because again, my other channels, I don't like to release stuff that is not edited or has some sort of plan or a script, or I'm a little bit more deliberate. So this is just kind of more for fun and for learning. However, maybe I will make this channel into a channel that is focused on health, self-improvement. Maybe I'll do some workouts or some gym sessions or things like that. So far, this being the second video, I've recorded these videos before I go to the gym. So usually I'll just give a little talk. My last one, I was about to go train shoulders and chest, or chest and triceps, about to do legs now. And so I mentioned that because in the last couple of years, I've been really into health and exercise, going to the gym, just taking care of myself mentally and physically. So I might do that style of content simply because, so as I mentioned before, I do have a channel that is related to code and tech. My very first channel I ever created, it has a mixture of things. It has a mixture of long form content and shorts, but typically the content I create for that channel is more edited, takes more time. So again, I wanted a channel where I could release things, just kind of ramble and release things quicker and hopefully find a bit of a vein. But where I'm going with this is that channel, my first channel, it has a lot of different things. I made a channel about video game console, and then I made a video about cooking or gardening, or then I started to make art history shorts, and then video game content. Or I started to add maybe one video where I talked about AI, or so I wonder if I'm still learning this, but it's probably good to create a channel where you just are like, hey, I'm just going to do this kind of content. And so that way you can find your audience, because maybe I'm confusing I say that I know a lot of people use the word the algorithm or the YouTube algorithm, but maybe I'm confusing the algorithm because I might release a video on video game something, or then I release a video on the Renaissance and artists in the Italian Renaissance. And so I notice whenever I go to my analytics, the category will change. Sometimes it will be science and technology or travel and events. So because of that, it may not know who do I even send this content to or who's going to want to look at it other than maybe your subscribers. So just something I'm still learning. There's a lot of different settings. There's a lot to learn. I really admire people that can, now when I look at videos and see YouTube, initially it looked easy. I was like, oh, I could create that. And boy, when you start it, it's so much work. Just trying to find the right, to get the lighting correct or the audio, the processing. Other thing too is just getting over the fear of being on camera, seeing yourself on camera, especially when you film and then you look at the footage and you hear yourself and you see yourself. That takes a lot of getting used to. I would see myself, I don't even like to look at myself. So I think that's one big fear. And also, whenever I would tell people I have a YouTube channel, a lot of people would tell me, oh, I've always wanted to do that, but I don't want my face. I don't want to show my face. You can very easily do faceless a channel without showing your face. And that's a good way to do it and a good idea. You could, if you have any fear, but it's a common thing I hear people say is when they just don't want to show their face or just common fears. And so maybe part of this channel will just be talking about overcoming fears and motivation. And that ties a lot in with belief in yourself, getting out of your comfort zone. It ties into also the working out and the fitness portion, because a lot of fitness takes tremendous discipline and getting out of your comfort zone as well, and just not making excuses. There's a million excuses you can make why you maybe don't want to go to the gym, and the same way that you make excuses of why you don't want to make a video or why you're not going to start a YouTube channel or do whatever. And I almost guaranteed every time I sit down to record these, I am like, I tell myself, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll do it when I need to think about it. I need a better script. And so just a lot of interesting thoughts, and hopefully I'll get better and not ramble as much and find something that will deliver value to who's ever watching these videos. But again, it's just for practice for myself to learn. So please comment if there's anything you think I could do better. I'm still trying to find the avenue or lane for this channel. It's still new, so it could morph into a lot of different things. And I guess that's it for today. Thank you so much.